basketball fans, you've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Kevin Durant.
I think what I like about Durant, guys, is his ability to create his own shot. He's got those long arms. He's about 6'10". He can create space off the dribble, and then he shoots that ball with a high release. So there's literally nothing you can do. Just try to challenge the shot and hope he misses.
Well, he'll give you a 30-piece bucket, a 40-piece bucket, and at the end of the game, he's giving you a clutch bucket. That's what KD is. He is a scorer, personified. There's nothing he can't do to put the ball in the basket.
A contest in the West. We'll see if the Los Angeles Clippers can deliver the goods here at home. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. Well, you look at last year, they just could not find their footing, guys. Against this team, they dropped all 3 games during the season.
And not one of these games went their way last season.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted, the aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Marion gets his first NBA start.
You know, with this being the first start of his NBA career, the pressure gets ratcheted up a little bit. The team just is hoping that he contributes, but you never know with a rookie.
But it isn't like he hasn't had pressure on him already. I mean, he was a first-round pick, and that always comes. With a heavy burden. So far, I think he's handled everything that's been thrown at him pretty well.
2 teams, Clark, fighting tooth and nail near the top of the conference. That hurts to get swept.
It's certainly demoralizing. You can't help but feel like that team has got your number. They're handling you all the time.
Now here's Crawford. What a tremendous game he played against Minnesota. And it's Paul penetrating, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Here's Marion. Last time out, he had 44 points.
Well, I'm sure Chris Paul not happy with how last season ended. He's hungry for a title. But a franchise best...
That was unbelievable.
Look at that.
How about that?
Look at that.
How is that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway. Self-service.
The most magnificent alley-oop he could have chosen.
And he pulled it off, too. Remarkable.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
You know, for a long time, people would look at Staples as the Lakers' home where the Clippers just happened to be sharing space. But the Clippers let everybody know that they called this Staples Center home as well last year. And I thought they were a force in front of their rabid fans.
Well, Clark, as you said, the Clippers really starting to make waves on the landscape here in L.A. as they surpassed the Lakers in wins last season. You know, a big part of that was, Steve, their ability to win here at home.
Yeah, 32 wins here at Staples, and when they got out and ran, this place was really rocking. And this Clipper team has a roster full of guys that can make a play that ignites a crowd. and some new additions this year, new coaching staff. You know, a lot going on for this Clipper team. You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Redick dishes the ball. Marion with the steal. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And taken away by Paul. That's a 2 from Barnes. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists tonight. Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Scott Brooks.
We talked about the difficulties of facing a player like Chris Paul, and he said that what makes Paul so incredible is his court vision. He explained that there haven't been many players like Paul who can pick a defense apart with both his passing ability and his patience in the offensive sets, saying really, he can just wait you out until he sees a weakness, and that's where he attacks.
All right, Doris.
Crisp pass into the paint.
It's Marion with the drive. Shot from the low block. And stolen by Jordan. Barnes passes to Griffin. They double-team Griffin. Jordan. Shot from 12. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Jordan. Paul's got his second bucket tonight. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Los Angeles.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
And Marion gets it to go. For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And there's no question what the overriding factor was in that game, Clark. It was the big edge they had on the glass.
Watch out!
That was
Thunder
wicked!
trailing by 5. He kicks to Ibaka. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
13 seconds.
Here's Marion. It's good from long range. Marion's got 10.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Marion with the steal. And he lobs it up. Westbrook, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Execute it to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course.
Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against Washington.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance. You know, it wasn't that the Thunder were beating teams last season. Everybody expected that, but it was the way they were blowing out teams on such a regular basis that caught everybody's attention.
And for the Thunder, they were blowing out teams on a regular basis, as you said, Clark, and ended plus 9.2 as the scoring differential in their games. Steve, easily the highest mark in the NBA.
Well, just think about that for a second, Kevin. I mean, that means your average game is almost a double-digit win. And not just wins we're talking about all games. So that's the result of having an explosive offense, depth, and a tough defense. This was really a complete team, unfortunately derailed by the Westbrook injury.
Courtesy of the 2K Leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Kevin Durant is second.
Now, he never took a night off. I mean, it seemed like he was scoring big all season long. Just a terrific year for him.
Knocked away. Marion with the steal. Durant kicks to Marion. 9 feet out. Again, the Thunder score. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, I do too. And then we get an opportunity here to check out some numbers for Russell Westbrook. What a year he had last season. He was 6th in scoring, 7th in assists, and a guy with a real nose for the ball. Aggressive defender, put him in the top 10 in steals last season.
And you know, Steve, going back to his scoring average for a second, I mean, you can see what a go-to guy he was for them all season long. They really counted on him to carry the load.
Taking a look at the Thunder, Marion, he's in at shooting guard. Baca is out there with Perry Jones. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the small forward position. Barnes kicks to Paul. Crawford outside. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Crawford's got his first 3 points of the game. It's Marion with the drive. Back to Ibaka. They get it again. Dishes it to Marion. Left side Jones. Back to Marion. Outside Durant. Durant off a pick from Marion. Durant dishes to Marion. Just 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Westbrook, no good. Clippers leading by 4. And it's Paul penetrating. Can't hit. And here are the Thunder now. They're on a 14-5 run. And Marion gets it to go.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Paul with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Dudley, no luck. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. It's Marion with the drive. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Clippers.
I think Westbrook may be the most explosive player in the game right now. I mean, you got Wade, Kobe, Derrick Rose, but I think Russell Westbrook, with his speed and quickness, is probably the guy right now.
No shortage of drama here early on.
Well, neither team can grasp control of this thing. I mean, both teams trying to get a hold of it.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, yeah, 8 lead changes already. I mean, that's a big number this early in the game. So we're in for a treat tonight. This is a competitive matchup.
And Westbrook, really a freak athlete. Clark, a terrific dunker.
Yeah, he's a guy you would just love to see in the dunk contest, Kevin. But he says he's more of a game dunker and might not shine in the exhibition type format. And I can understand that. The dunks that Russell does in games are so vicious and so posterizing that it's hard to create that same type of tenacity and energy in a contest. So I think there are some guys that are more geared towards dunking in games than winning dunk contests.
And Dudley kicks to Barnes. And it's off from three-point range.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I too. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Rejected by Ibaka. Marion outside. Rebounded by Dudley.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Marion guarded by Crawford. Durant the pass to Marion. Ibaka right side. There's the triple. And it's Westbrook missing. Clippers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Good on the shot. 10 points for Jamal Crawford.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
Marion against Crawford. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Marion. Guarded by Crawford. Marion kicks to Perkins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Perkins got 4 points this quarter.
You know, looking around, he knew one of his teammates was going to be open when they hit him with that double team, and he took advantage.
Feeds it to Barnes. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Their next game is at Oracle Arena, so a road game with the Warriors. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
And you know that Golden State game, guys, has a lot of attention on it.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Clippers trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Griffin. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
You know, you get the kind of love Blake Griffin has gotten for dunking on.
Barnes with it. He had 13 points in the win against Minnesota.
I thought his rebounding was impressive as well, guys. He made some big boards, really helped out on the glass, helped his team out big time.
And with hard fouls becoming a topic of discussion last season for LeBron James and certainly for Blake Griffin, Steve, what's your take? Does Griffin change his style of play? Does the league step in to protect players like him? How do you view that?
Well, the league already does protect everybody. I mean, you can't commit a hard foul these days without it being called flagrant. So, I mean, I think Griffin is fine. He just needs to continue to improve. And what he can do more than anything is develop a low post game that would translate into the playoffs.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Magician in the last matchup against the Washington Wizards got down to business. He ended up with 44 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that Clark was something special.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, they threw everything but the kitchen sink at him, and nothing slowed him down.
And let's just say he was really good.
Durant, no good. And Los Angeles guys shooting straight 49% from the field. Here's Jordan, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Jordan's got 10 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Ibaka, covered by Barnes. Fisher. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. The Clippers in the lead. Collison in the post. Covered by Cephalosha. Pass to Bullock. For 3. No good. Durant up top. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Los Angeles.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And everything.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The busy streets of Los Angeles, lighting up the night sky as we continue.
You know, with the recent success of Oklahoma City, you forget that in Kevin Durant's first season, they started out going 3-29, and I tell you what, you talk about their success, it's due to the resilience and perseverance and leadership of Kevin Durant and the rest of those guys.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the backcourt, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. Well, there is a culture of hard work, as Clark was talking about, and the perseverance for this Oklahoma City Thunder organization. Their star players, Steve, get a lot of credit, but it's the whole organization, don't you think?
No question. It's the culture that was set. Scott Brooks has continued to kind of establish that atmosphere in the locker room. And they have players who just want to work and want to get better. And when you have a large group of people all with that same approach, you're going to be very successful.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Paul dishes to Crawford. Crawford missing again. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. It's Marion with the drive.
Hey, I think we all knew that the Clippers were good last year, but we really took notice when they rattled off those 17 wins in a row in December. That was a franchise record. which had previously been 11, and that's when the league really took notice.
The Clippers trail. And here is Paul. Pulls it from the elbow. Count the basket and the foul. They get Russell Westbrook.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Well, it was the year of the win streak last season with Miami doing what they did and Denver getting hot as well. But you know, Steve, the Clippers had the first lengthy win streak and turned some heads earlier in the season.
Yeah, what was that, about 17 games in a row they won? And I thought that kind of established the Clippers in the West, put a little fear in the rest of the conference, and gave L.A. a swagger that I thought helped them get through the rest of the season.
There's Crawford with the three. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Well, you know, when they need a big three, he's the guy they look to. He's about as reliable a deep threat as you're going to find.
And I know he's a fan favorite because he can catch fire immediately at any point in the ball game and just start pouring it in from all over the place.
The feed to Crawford. Back to Paul. Marion with the steal. He dishes it to Perkins. Pass to Marion. It's Durant on the wing. And there's the call on Matt Barnes. That's foul number 2 for him.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
And it's good. 36 points for Marion.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Paul against Westbrook, and they double up Paul. Marion, and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Clippers with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jordan with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. The Clippers keep it alive. Crawford passes to Paul. Back to Crawford. Leads him in there. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there at Steve. He's enjoying every second of the
Yes,
part.
yeah, me too.
Man, this has been great, guys. The fans getting their money's worth here. Both teams just playing so hard out there.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. Second, Chris Paul.
Now, very few guys passed the ball better than he did. Just great open court vision.
The pass to Barnes. He passes to Crawford. Lets it go from 14. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet? They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Paul is doubled. Griffin. Clippers moving the ball around. Down low. Here's Crawford, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Jamal Crawford has always been a steady scorer, an explosive scorer, really, and he's been something of a journeyman, too. Over the course of his 13 seasons in the league, he's played for 6 teams, and get this, 16 different head coaches. Wow.
Both free throws, good from Crawford. And for Crawford, 16 different head coaches. Steve, that's incredible. Do you think that lack of continuity can hold a player back and chip away at his game?
Well, it doesn't help, that's for sure. I mean, Crawford has always been productive, but it does make you think, what if he had been lucky enough to go to an organization with great stability, maybe to San Antonio with Greg Popovich? But, hey, you just got to play the hand that you're dealt, Kev.
And Griffin backs in. Unloads from 9. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
And it feels like the energy has just picked up big time here. And both teams now feeding off each other's intensity.
I don't know what was said in the locker rooms at halftime, Steve, but it's obvious both sides have responded well. He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
The kick out to Westbrook. The dish to Ibaka. It's Marion with the drive. Westbrook tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Back to Marion. He feeds it to Westbrook. Here's the 3. Tries yet again. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Thunder?
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
The free throw drops for Perkins.
You know, for so long, the Clippers were on the bottom rung of the ladder in the West, almost were a joke in the conference, but their fortunes have changed dramatically in the past few years, and now they're a team that's respected and feared.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Oklahoma City. And so Perkins nails both of them. Well, Clark, you said the Clippers have really flipped the Western Conference upside down over the last few years, and you're right, they have done it with Steve Style, to say the least. They've got now also a very deep team.
Well, a 35-17 record against the West was enough to secure them their division and advantage in the first round. You have to remember, too, that they were without some of their big stars last season. So if they can stay healthy...
And stolen by Fisher. Marion kicks to Lamb, and he banks in the layup. Lamb's got his first 2 points.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
Kevin, well, look here at last year in the NBA where the Clippers ranked. First in steals, 4th in assists, and they also showed up in the top 5 in shooting percentage. This is a team that knows how to execute its offense and get good shots.
And the thing that I like that you talked about, Clark, was the steals, because to me that's their identity as a ball club. Number 1 in the league in thefts. They tried to take the ball away from the offense and really convert at the other end, and when they got that game going, they were really tough.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Kicks to Fisher. Back to Marion. Perkins with a screen on Crawford. It's Marion with the drive. Fisher guarded by Crawford. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Darren Collison.
Hey, we all know how hard it was for the Thunder going into last season to trade away their 6-man star, James Harden, but it was something that had to be done. They really missed his playmaking ability, though, and I think they missed him in the locker room, too.
Russell Westbrook in for Derek Fisher. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Guys, Serge Ibaka was drafted as a raw prospect back in 2008. But over time, his jump shot has really developed. Coach Brooks said he's one of the best pop guys in the league at that position. A 17-footer, I would probably take that shot over anybody on our team. Guys, Ibaka said with all the attention that Westbrook and Durant draw, the team needs someone else to step up. He's trying to be that guy for his teammates.
He certainly is. Thanks, Doris.
Well, we know how talented he is. It's just a question of how good can he become if he continues to put the work in.
There's Crawford with the 3. Crawford missing again. And for the Thunder, a financial decision to trade away Harden. They've already tied up Steve money and big contracts to Durant and to Westbrook. Ibaka.
Oh, man.
The whole rim is shaking.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
outside Collison. He kicks it to Crawford to stop the run. Crawford missing again.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
And Westbrook throws it down hard.
And again, a few more points added to the lead. They might be ready to pull away here.
I wouldn't be surprised, Steve. As well as they've got it working right now, that could be the case.
Pulls it up. That one wide left. The Thunder leading by 10.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
Perkins covered by Barnes. Marion against Collison. 6 to shoot. Marion dishes to Westbrook. Oklahoma City the rebound. Marion passes to Ibaka. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 12-point Thunder lead.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
Collison against Westbrook. Collison kicks to Crawford. No good off the back of the rim.
And they needed that move to try to stop this run.
They just seem to keep coming up empty. They've got to slow it down and get a good shot.
Westbrook, the shot is off. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Thunder lead by 12. And after a quick...
Come out and join the crowd. Watch your...
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Durant outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Russell Westbrook out there with the Magician, and it's Perkins in at the 5. The Thunder leading by 7. It's Marion with the drive. Shakes him. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. Here's Marion. On the inbound, Jackson. He tries for 3. Second chance shot, and it's Marion getting it to go. Marion's got 48.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Crawford kicks to Griffin. Jordan with the bucket. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. From outside the arc, and it's Marion. That time on the assist by Jackson. 51 points for Marion.
He is just eating this team alive with his offense. It's been a matchup nightmare.
And the shot is good.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
In low to Ibaka. Jackson. The second chance effort. And it's blocked by Jordan. Durant against Barnes. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
This game has taken on a new feel since halftime.
For sure. The energy level on both sides has gone way up after the break. You know, this is an interesting little factoid, fellas. Jamal Crawford is the all-time career leader in 4-point play. That's where you get fouled and make the three. There must be an art to it. If there is, he's the master artist.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Jackson. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
Yeah, and that's their goal down the stretch. Continue to find those close-range shots.
Softly drops in the floater. And now a 5-point Thunder lead.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
And here's Barnes for 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his assist totals piling up, 11 now for him. And Clark, you mentioned those 4-point plays that may be harder to pull off now with the Reggie Miller rule. Officials will call an offensive foul if you kick out your leg on the shot. World B. Free used to do it all the time, and hits the defender.
Yeah, that's how Jamal Crawford got a lot of those 4-point plays early in his career, but there's a reason that he's able to convert those, and it's because he can create his own shot off the dribble from the 3-point line. And so a lot of times defenders are lunging at him because they put on their heels defensively because of his work off the dribble.
That's a good explanation. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Back to Jordan. Paul outside. Barnes. And Griffin backs in. Barnes kicks to Paul. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Well, he's established himself as one of the league's premier clutch performers, you know, with some unbelievable plays down the stretch of tight ball games.
And one thing about him that might not show up in the box score, but is as important as anything else, is his leadership. I mean, he sets the tone for this team, and all of his teammates follow his example.
LA's gotten off to a great start from 3-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Dishes it to Crawford. He nails it, and we're tied up. Crawford's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You know, there's no fear out of him, guys. I mean, going straight to the hoop against a much bigger defender, he's got a lot of heart.
Marion dishes to Perkins. Marion kicks to Perkins, and stolen by Jordan. Some firepower, Clark and Steve, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, a little swagger here from this team. They're in a nice groove.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Clippers?
Their activity at the defensive end Kevin, has been really impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Scott Brooks was discussing with his players. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
And it's Paul penetrating. Great D that time from Westbrook.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Durant, the pass to Marion. Feeds to Ibaka. Back to Marion. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Really an extraordinary game for Marion. 8 rebounds and some big-time point production as well. He's got more than half his team's points. Unreal.
It's like they don't even need a second or third option. I mean, he's all they need right now.
One of the things that really jumps out at you about the Clippers is their depth. Really impressive. I mean, they've surrounded their stars with a bench that includes Jamal Crawford, who was second in the voting for Sixth Man of the Year. They've got a nice second unit.
Marion, right side. Marion, right side. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Marion's got 56 points in the game. And we talk about the bench for the Clippers last season. Also guys like Matt Barnes and Lamar Odom. Steve, some good defensive tenacity there too.
Yeah, they had an edge. You know, Barnes really gave them some toughness and some grit. I thought Crawford's shooting gave them some balance where they had a good offense to go with good defense. And then Bledsoe slashing. They were a lot of fun to watch, that bench unit.
Griffin, defended by Durant. Ball outside, pulls up. And Crawford gets it to go on the assist by Paul. 34 points for Jamal Crawford. Oklahoma City's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Marion kicks to Durant. From the arc, that drops. And the Thunder lead by 4.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
LA's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Thunder. They can look forward to the Oracle Arena after this game to match up against Golden State. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
No doubt the Denver fans want to see the Nuggets take that game.
And Griffin, here we go. Ibaka with some nice D.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Marion dishes to Westbrook. The teardrop falls in. And now a 6-point Thunder lead.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Ibaka with the screen on Paul. Here's Marion. Pass to Ibaka. Durant. All sorts of time. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
The Clippers running out of time. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Been a big game for Jordan. He's got 13 rebounds and he's stolen the ball 4 times.
Boy, he's been so good both offensively and defensively, Clark. I'm not sure which way he's been better.
I don't think he's missed a beat at either end.
Marion backing down. Covered by Barnes. Marion kicks to Perkins. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Marion. 5 to shoot. Makes the lead pass. The kick out to Westbrook. Again, the Thunder score.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together. together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Paul's shot is off. The Thunder leading by 9. It's Marion with the drive. Covered by Barnes. The shot by Marion. No good. Los Angeles has gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Paul kicks to Barnes. The feed to Jordan. He dishes it to Barnes. Paul outside. Fires the 3. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. .104 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 14-3 run. They get a hand on it. Crawford against Westbrook. A 3 from Barnes, and the basket good.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
It's Marion with the drive. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Los Angeles has gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting.
Really an extraordinary game for Jamal Crawford. 34 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
Well, you got that right. You can tell he's on target, because as soon as the ball leaves his hands, it looks like every single one of them is going in.
Both free throws good from Crawford. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And they go to the intentional foul. It's Marion with the drive. Gets it to go. Marion's got 58.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
29 seconds left in the fourth. And it's blocked by Ibaka. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. The Clippers shooting and hitting almost everything here in the fourth, up around. .58% from the field. And here's Barnes for 3. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He got off to a slow start, but now he's starting to get that jumper flowing.
And they're getting that lead way up there now. I mean, it should be a stroll to the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'd be almost impossible for them to blow a lead like this.
Paul can't get it to go. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out.
It's got to be a great feeling setting the team record for points tonight. How does it feel to achieve such an accomplishment?
It's pretty nice. I feel like I was in the zone all night long. My teammates kept getting me the ball, and before I knew it, I was having a crazy game. I didn't even realize I'd broken the team record until now, though. Really cool, especially considering everyone who came before me, man.
We have the Thunder as the road team for today's West. Conference matchup. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr and the rest of our terrific 2K crew. Glad you decided to spend your Thursday night with us. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. And, guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Serge Ibaka in this one?
No, it didn't take long for Serge Ibaka to establish himself as one of the best shot blockers in the league. He has impeccable timing, and he's so athletic and tall with long arms. So he's really able to bother offensive players.
Ibaka just gives you everything you want out of a hustle player. I mean, he plays tough, in-your-face D, and on offense, he's got no problem banging down low for extra possessions or put-back dunks, and he's becoming a little more polished in his face-up game.
Today's game continues this Golden State Warriors homestand. Okay. Guys, at this point, while still many things can change, their record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
You know, for the Warriors, the thing with them is they haven't really established an identity for themselves as a team. They never have seemed to come up with a plan and stick to it for very long. They've been all over the place in terms of their identity.
And I put that on the coaching staff more than anyone else, Clark. A coherent strategy has to be in place, or it's impossible to climb up the standings.
You know, it's very rare that you're going to be able to make the playoffs in the West without coming out with a winning record against the rest of the conference. And the Warriors knew that would be important in their quest for the playoffs, and they handled business against the West.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, a bit ago, Scott Brooks and I were able to chat. A big factor in this game, he said, is how well they do to contain the young shooter Klay Thompson, saying Thompson can really give you trouble coming off screens. We got to have all-out energy fighting to stay on his hip, and then we need to pressure on the ball handler to try and delay the pass. Kevin, both jobs are hard.
Thanks, Doris. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Well, and for the Warriors, who fought so hard to get back into the playoffs, last year their 28-24 record against the rest of the West really helped their cause, Steve.
Well, the toughest part of the Warriors' last campaign was a rough stretch of games in February where they dropped off a bit in the race. And, a lot of those games were against Western teams. And if you kind of remove that month, their in-conference record is even more impressive. Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there. Serge Ibaka, born and raised in the Republic of Congo. We've had African-born players in the league for decades, but it seems that as the league has reached out to develop talent there, the numbers are increasing from that part of the world.
Now here's Douglas, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Marion with it. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. He kicks it to Westbrook. Back to Marion. 6 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And it's Westbrook missing. And going back to Ibaka and growing talent coming from the continent of Africa. Steve, 1 billion people there.
Soccer is still the biggest sport there, but steadily the NBA. Has made inroads providing courts and equipment and coaching around the continent. So you would expect more and more players to come to the league from Africa.
Dang and Mute and Hashim Thabit. And they'll get some notable players in the league from there. On the wing, Marion. He's covered by Thompson. And Bogut with the block. Takes a 3. Another miss by Iguodala. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against Los Angeles.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
And Thompson kicks to Douglas. Iguodala. They get the rebound. Second shot opportunity. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Warriors shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And the first one drops.
Well, it's interesting, guys. Klay Thompson, as we all know, is a deadly outside shooter. But I think early in his NBA career, he struggled a bit with his touch around the rim. So it's nice to see as last season wore on, he started to find that touch around the glass and finish against bigger guys, which is much needed at the 2-guard position.
Now here's Douglas. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, the kick out to Westbrook. All sorts of time. And it's Westbrook again missing. Well, and Clark, going back to Klay Thompson, he wants to be a complete player. His dad certainly was, and, Steve, he's just not a shooting specialist.
No, he's got the size and ball handling ability to really attack off the dribble, and he's also become an excellent defender, too. Greg Popovich talked about it during their playoff series a year ago. Thompson really did a nice job at that end of the floor. And with Harden out of OKC, you knew that Russell Westbrook would have a lot of burden on his shoulders to be a playmaker, and he responded. I think he was very active last year in terms of distributing the ball.
And for Westbrook, playing alongside Durant, some have said he needs to be more of a passer, less of a scorer. Clark at that point guard position.
I think that's some of the most misguided criticism that anybody could levy at him. He is a scorer. He is an aggressive attacking guard. I just think he has to play to his strengths, and that's where he is, and that's who he is, and I think he's fantastic. I don't think there's anybody that's more dangerous in the backcourt than Russell Westbrook.
And here is Marion. after the three-pointer from Iguodala. Marion backing down. Durant kicks to Marion. Marion, right side, down to 5 on the shot clock. That's short off the rim.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
Off target from outside.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Iguodala kicks to Douglas. The shot is off, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. And for Mark Jackson, there have been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling. And Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him. And that's most of the battle right there.
Here's Thompson following the score by Serge Ibaka. On the left block, misses off the left iron.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Deft touch on the alley-oop.
How nice was that alley-oop? Those two really have a good connection.
Read each other so well, it's a play I'm sure, Clark, they love to run.
And as the receiver, he didn't feel like he had the need to go for the monster finish. Just laying it in, making sure he got the points.
Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook with it. Now guarded by Douglas. They grab their own miss. Westbrook dishes to Collison. Durant against Thompson.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Left side Durant. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
And here are the Warriors now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Here's Spates. Great D that time from Collison. Thunder have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. And Marion gets it to go. Marion's got his third basket of the night right there.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks. Well, there's plenty to like about him as a player, but, one thing that really stands out is the quick trigger. He can catch the ball in space, defenders all over him, but, in an instant, lets that shot go. And he is accurate.
And something else I think of with him is that three-point shot from the corner. I mean, that's his shot. And we've certainly seen him drain a bunch of them.
And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. For the Thunder, Gomes comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Kevin Durant. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Marion. And it's Spates with the rebound. Tipped on the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Maurice Spates out there with Bogut. And it's Nedovic in at the point. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And the Thunder with the possession here. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter.
They got off to a really good start from the field in that first quarter. But they haven't quite been able to find the range in this quarter yet.
Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Detroit Pistons.
That was a heck of a performance for them offensively. There were some stretches there where it just seemed like everything was falling for them.
And it wasn't by accident they shot it that well. Their ball movement was excellent. That was the key to me.
Now here's Marion. And the shot is good. Perkins got the first basket of the second quarter for the Thunder.
Well, finally, it's nice to see the ball actually go through the hoop.
Yeah, that always makes a game look better. I mean, it's been ugly so far here, but hopefully shot making will improve the looks of this one. You know, you look over at how tough the West has been over the last decade or so, and my, you've never seen a team dominate that conference the way the Thunder did last year. They were on the roll.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Magician in the last matchup against the Clippers was superb. He finished with 60 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, Clark, I thought was truly incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, he did the work of several players in that game. He really didn't need much support at all.
But they shouldn't count on that type of performance again tonight, Clark. I mean, his teammates need to be prepared to carry a little bit more of the load.
The record for the Thunder against the West, 39-13. Just numbers that you never really see for a team playing against what is always, Steve, a very tough Western Conference.
Well, just to give you an idea of how good the Thunder were in the West last year, you'd have to go all the way back to the 08-09 season to find another club that had more than 39 wins against the West. That was the 09 Lakers, of course, who went on to win it all.
Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Reggie Jackson. Douglas against Marion. The shot's good from Douglas. Douglas has got 6.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Westbrook passes to Marion. And it's sent back by Bogut. Collison, good. Warriors trail by 7. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Durant kicks to Marion. The basket good off the assist from Durant. That's 12 points for Marion. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, I do too, and I think they're also getting some good looks in transition, doing a nice job of running the floor.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
The Thunder leading by 9.
Maurice Spates swapped teams once again last year. This time joining Cleveland. Now he finds his way to Golden State. Spates very talented, but you wonder if he's ever really going to find his niche with one team for more than a year or two.
Now here's Douglas after the miss from Marion. And Spates backing in. Fades back, and that one's good. Spates has got 5.
Tough assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we're seeing.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it.
And Spates, primarily, Clark, a pick-and-pop big man.
Yeah, I like his nice soft touch, Kevin. It's really solid in the mid-range area. He's a pretty decent rebounder as well. I think he's a very productive backup and young enough to where he's still got some room to grow.
Now Marion. After the miss 3 from Douglas. Marion outside. He feeds it to Ibaka. Excellent D there from Spates.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Good. Now just a 5-point. Curry with it. An 11-point game for him in the win against Detroit. And here's Barnes for 3. Thunder with the rebound. Marion's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They're getting their first look of the season as the Warriors in this one.
Yeah, I think they're a little better than this ball club, and it showed last year winning the season series. And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
corner shot. No good off the back of the rim.
Tell you what, he can be really frustrating as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because he just can't find the range.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Marion's got 8 points in the quarter. Steve just mentioned how they won the season series a year ago. That was the way it went against most teams they faced.
True. They were a very hard team to get the best of, Kevin.
Here's Bazemore. The drive by Green. Clock at 6. Barnes, O'Neal, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Thunder with the possession here. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip.
And there's no question for Milwaukee, and that's a game they would really like to have.
Here's Perkins. Warriors with the rebound. Barnes has got his third rebound tonight. Warriors trail by 6. Outside Curry. Shoots the 3. Thunder with the rebound. 32 seconds left to play here in the half. Perkins with a screen on Barnes. O'Neal comes with the double team. Marion dishes to Fisher. Marion gets the screen from Perkins. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by O'Neal. Marion with the steal. Lamb, good. Lamb's got 12.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Here's Bazemore. Here's O'Neal. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Here's Westbrook. No luck. And we finish one half of basketball. It's the Thunder. They're up by 8. And we'll have the start of the second half when we come back after the break. But right now, let's go over to Damon Bruce with the Sprint Halftime Show.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And it's been
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Really an incredible game from Magician.
He has that slasher mentality, guys. We saw all the evidence of that in the first half as he continually got to the rim and scored.
Yeah, he had the jetpack on today, Steve, blowing by the defender no matter who they put on it.
Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Durant outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. Russell Westbrook out there with the Magician, and it's Perkins in at the 5 down low. Durant, the pass to Marion. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And that's now 21 points for Marion.
Now, they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
Douglas kicks to Thompson. Passes to Douglas. He dishes it to Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the feed to Douglas. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. 4th, Serge Ibaka.
Well, I tell you what, this guy probably did not want the season to come to an end the way he was shooting the ball. He wanted to keep going.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in.
They are trying to pull away here, continuing to add to this lead.
Well, Steve, no time is a good time to let up in my mind. I mean, you got to continue to just play the game no matter what the score is. No mercy being shown out there, and they're looking to pull away. I like that.
Will it go? Gets it to go. Iguodala's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball. You know, last season, the Thunder marched their way to the top seed in the West and spent most of the season battling for that top spot with San Antonio, and it was the Thunder's play on the road that was the big difference between the two.
That's 4 straight from the field, guys. Off to a quick start this third quarter.
Douglas kicks to Iguodala. Dishes to Bogut. Back to Iguodala. Douglas tipped away. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Marion with the ball.
Then we get an opportunity here to check out some numbers for Russell Westbrook. Coming off an excellent season last year, he was 6th in scoring, 7th in assists, and a guy with a real nose for the ball. Aggressive defender, put him in the top 10 in steals last season.
And you know, Steve, going back to his scoring average for a second, I mean, you can see what a go-to guy he was for them all season long. They really counted on him to carry the load.
You know, another note on the Thunder and the road dominance, you're always going to have to be fantastic on the road if you want to win in the West. And the Thunder, Steve, clearly the best in the West on the road.
Yeah, 26 wins for them, 2 more than the next few teams in the conference. And the only team that had more road wins than them on the year in the NBA was the Heat. So just a terrific season for the Thunder, both at home and on the road. Of course, kind of got derailed by the Westbrook injury in the playoffs.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
As you know, guys, Kevin Durant was the runner-up to LeBron James in MVP voting last season. Elite company, but for Durant, it's not good enough. He said, quote, "I've been second my whole life. I was the second best player in high school. I was the second pick in the draft. I've been second in the MVP voting 3 times. I came in second in the finals. I'm tired of being second." And as for his friendship with LeBron, Durant said, "I'm not taking it easy on him. Guys, sounds like he's taking no prisoners this season."
A scary thought. Thanks, Doris. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
It's Marion with the drive. It's hauled in by Bogut. Bogut's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Warriors trail by 19.
Well, you know, Andrew Bogut essentially missed the first half of last season as he continued rehab from his ankle injury from early 2012. The team did a pretty good job of holding down the fort in his absence. Got off to a hot start, but no question about it, he gives this team a whole different dimension inside when he's healthy.
Marion. The offensive rebound in low to Ibaka. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
Well, that's part of what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Going back to Bogut, the Warriors took a little heat early on with that trade. You know, they sent their high-scoring guard, Monte Ellis, for Bogut to Milwaukee, and they had to wait a long while for the big man because he came injured to Golden State.
Well, that was the main reason people were upset. They traded their leading scorer for a guy who couldn't even play because he was on the sidelines. But once he was healthy, the trade made perfect sense. Golden State had plenty of firepower in the backcourt. They needed the size and defense that Bogut brought them.
Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 15-5 run here. Marion backing down. Pass to Perkins, and that one's good. Perkins got his second basket.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, and unfortunately, their offense in the paint hasn't been a whole lot better.
Douglas with it, and it's Marion picking him up. Thompson inside the line. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas. Douglas has got his 7th assist here tonight. Westbrook dishes to Marion. Defended by Douglas. Perkins, the pass to Westbrook. Marion. Feeds it to Durant. Kicks it to Ibaka. That drops. Ibaka's got 8.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Douglas kicks to Spates. The dish to Douglas. Shoots. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Ibaka's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game. Well, most of all, I just love the work he puts in on the offensive glass. So many of his points come on putbacks just because of sheer hustle.
And Steve, he's also the player they rally around at the defensive end. I mean, they cause some real havoc when he's out there running the show defensively.
The pass to Nedovic. He kicks to O'Neal. And he takes that one up and powers it through. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, hey, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Marion kicks to Durant. One-on-one fast break. Here's Nedovic. Puts the lead pass in front of him. O'Neal misses.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
That's good.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
Iguodala kicks to Nedovic. Pass to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now Fisher off the pick. And Jermaine O'Neal pulls it down.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Here's Iguodala. Hits the jumper in space. Iguodala's got 9. The Thunder leading by 20. It's Marion with the drive. He feeds it to Lamb. In low to Ibaka. Knocks it loose. Marion defended by Nedovic. 6 on the shot clock. The shot by Marion, no good. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. He dishes it to Bazemore. Plenty of space. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Marion kicks to Durant for 3. And Jermaine O'Neal pulls it down. Warriors trail by 18. Iguodala dishes to Barnes. Back to Iguodala. Nice D from Fisher.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And that's now 10 points for Kevin Durant.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Warriors shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Iguodala's drive. Barnes. And Bazemore kicks to Iguodala. Great look, but off the mark. Passes it to Nedovic. The feed now to Barnes. Another shot. No good. Great D that time from Durant. The Thunder leading by 20. Marion kicks to Durant. They get it again. Back to Marion. From outside the arc. Gets it to go. Marion's got 16 here in the second half.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but, you know, the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
Well, the Warriors going to the playoffs last season for just the second time in 19 seasons, guys. Pretty incredible and remarkable, too. But it seems, as Mark Jackson said, that things be a-changing in the Bay Area, and for the better.
Fisher, the pass to Lamb. Now here's Marion. He has 31. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. Kevin Durant, number 1. Second, Stephen Curry.
You know, when you put either one of these guys at the line, they'll step up and knock them down. I mean, what more can you ask for? It was a great season for both of these guys in terms of free throw percentage. They call it the charity stripe sometimes, but it's never quite as easy as it looks from the stand.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Ibaka. Westbrook comes in for Jeremy Lamb. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Derek Fisher. Back to Thompson. 3-pointer. That's good with a Douglas assist. Douglas has got his 8th assist here tonight. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, and as many times as you see it, Clark, you never like to see a player have to come out of the game with an injury.
Especially when it's your own teammate. But the other guys just have to step up in the meantime to make up for his absence. Next guy up is what we say.
And for the Warriors, a scrappy, hard-fought win over the Denver Nuggets in 6 games. They also, Steve, gave the Spurs a lot of trouble in the second round.
They sure did. That series might have turned out a lot different if they hadn't collapsed in game 1. But the Warriors showed tremendous resilience in bouncing back and really making that series so competitive. How about the effort we're seeing from him on the boards? He's already in double figures.
Yeah, and more importantly, Steve, his rebounds are leading the team.
Ibaka sets the pick for Marion. Perkins. Back to Marion. With the lead pass, Ibaka. It's hauled in by Bogut. Bogut's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Iguodala kicks to Spates. Golden State moving it around. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Dishes it to Douglas. Thompson. Pass to Iguodala. From downtown. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Jackson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, he did have a three-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
Marion outside. Here's the 3. Warriors with the rebound. Spates has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. 16 seconds left to play in the third. It's Marion with the drive. The kick out to Westbrook. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Westbrook's got 4 points this quarter.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
Can't get it to go. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this.
Come out and join the crowd. Watch your
and we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin. Closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Bogut out there with Maurice Spates, and it's Douglas in at the point guard. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Marion dishes to Perkins. The kick out to Westbrook. It's good from long range. Westbrook's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Thunder.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Thompson passes to Douglas. Marion with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Douglas with it. Now defended by Perkins. Feeds it to Douglas. He passes to Spates. Thompson outside. Kicks it to Douglas. Clock at 6. The dish now to Bogut. Rejected by Marion. And Westbrook, here we go. Marion outside. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists in the game. And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. The Warriors shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. And Nedovic kicks to Curry. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, we all know that Curry is a tremendous shooter, just like his father. Quick release, pinpoint accuracy, deep range. But what I like about Curry is his passing ability. He's such a good playmaker and tremendous court vision.
And the thing I like, Steve, is Steph's not just a spot-up shooter. He can create his own shot off the dribble. And he makes tough shots on the move. When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Marion. 37 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
Yeah, whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been causing some mayhem out there for sure.
Nedovic, the pass to Curry. And Nedovic kicks to Curry. And there's the pass to Bazemore. That's good on the jump shot. And the Thunder with the possession here. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Thunder. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. And that'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
Some really good games going on. How about that Denver one? That's an interesting game.
Here's Curry with the 3, and another 3 for Golden State.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Well, it took them a while, but they're finally starting to get some rhythm offensively on the outside.
Marion dishes to Gomes. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
Can't hit. Some solid defense from Ryan Gomes. Here's Collison, and easy 2 points on the layup.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
No one covering. And it's 13 points for Steph Curry.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
It's Marion with the drive. He kicks it to Collison. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
You know, the Warriors made big strides last year, and part of it was a retooling of the team, but they also got a lot of help from the group of rookies that they had, and a number of those rookies played prominent roles down the stretch and in the playoffs.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Collison. Baca comes in for Perry Jones. Kevin Durant's checked in for Ryan Gomes. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Thabo Sefolosha. The Warriors making a switch here. Bogut's checked in. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. It's Marion with the drive. Here's Perkins, and he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
Shooting for Oklahoma City, Kendrick Perkins. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Clark, as you said, the Warriors did lean on their rookies as the season went on. 4 of them in all, with 3 coming in the draft and 1 walking on the roster. Big help, Steve, from them in the opening round of the playoffs.
Yeah, pretty remarkable that a team could do that well in the postseason, relying on so many rookies, but it speaks to their maturity, their character, the group they've put together, and it's very promising in terms of their long-term success.
Oklahoma City leading by 23. And here is Marion. Marion, right side. The 3. Shot is no good. And Golden State will come the other way. Thompson outside. Douglas. There's the 3. Here's Bogut. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. They get Russell Westbrook, and that one misses.
2.
And the second free throw, good. Knocked loose and stolen by Spates. Here's Douglas. Ibaka with some nice D.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Good job there, recognizing the mismatch and then just going straight up with the shot. He's got a major height advantage.
He feeds it to Spates. He dishes it to Douglas. Pass to Iguodala. Some nice passing by Golden State here. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that Memphis game turns out.
Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Marion kicks to Westbrook. Back to Marion. Jacks up a 3. Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Here's Douglas. Great D that time from Perkins.
He has not shot the ball well here, and I think it's time for him to start looking for his teammates a little bit.
And Marion gets it to go.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
Well, they're finding the holes in the defense, Clark, and they're exploiting them.
Thompson against Westbrook. Thompson passes to Douglas. Got a piece of it. The Thunder have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Marion, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Marion's got 45 points.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Thunder. Douglas for 3. That's good. Douglas has got 9 points here in the second half.
That's more like it. That's 9 points for him coming off 3-pointers in this half.
Marion up top, defended by Douglas. The shot by Marion, no good. Golden State's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Thompson from long range. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas. Douglas has got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. It's Marion with the drive, and stolen by Spates. And Durant with the block. They recover it, and Spates gets it to go. The Thunder leading by 20. Here's Marion. He drains the quick shot. Marion's got 47 points.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. I mean, just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Douglas, guarded by Marion. Douglas kicks to Thompson. And the 3 off target. Thunder have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. It's Marion with the drive. Rebounded by Douglas. Douglas has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Spates. And the rejection by Ibaka. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Andrew Bogut checked in for the Warriors.
Andrew Bogut.
Here's Iguodala. Traps in the tray. Iguodala's got 9 points here in the second half.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Yeah, I don't know, Clark. I think there might be even more defense in warm-ups. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Hit his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Here's Douglas. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They're looking significantly better now, but still a long way to go to get all the way back into this.
Well, at least the effort's there now. It had been sorely lacking earlier.
It's astonishing to see a player, Clark, at his position who can get to the rim like that.
Yeah, he goes very vertical on you, Kevin.
And once he's up there, you know he's going to throw it down hard.
Marion, right side. It's stolen by Bogut. Iguodala dishes to Spates. And that one's good.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
It's Marion with the drive, and it's sent back by Bogut. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Russell Westbrook in for Reggie Jackson. Marion outside. Westbrook kicks to Marion. The three-pointer, no good. Warriors trail by 19. The feed to Douglas. And that one's good. Douglas has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Nice kick out after the defense had collapsed on it.
On the wing, Marion. Here's Durant. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. And the Thunder lead by 19.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Thompson. He's covered by Westbrook. Douglas against Marion. Douglas kicks to Thompson. That's good with a Douglas assist. Thompson's got 11 in the second half.
You can just see his confidence rising every time he knocks one down beyond the arc.
Oklahoma City leading by 16. And Marion gets it to go.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Here's Douglas, and it's Golden State with another.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got...
Oh,
ridiculous.
What a move.
Tore it down that time.
And every point they get now puts them one step closer to the W.
If they're not there already, Steve, just a tremendous all-around game of basketball they play.
17 seconds on the shot clock. 17.
Here's Bogut. Pass to Douglas. Ibaka with some nice D.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Thompson passes to Douglas. .122 left in the game. And he hits the jump shot. Douglas has got 17 now, just in the second half.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result, it may change. It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
Lets the three fly, and another three for Golden State.
He is sizzling from the arc.
Oklahoma City leading by 15. It's Marion with the drive. Gets it to go. Perkins got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
Ibaka comes with the double team. Bogut kicks to Douglas. Three-pointer. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Right side, Durant. Back to Marion. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
He tried that leaner, and to me, it probably got him off balance a little bit. Probably should have gone straight up.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. That one on Thompson. The first free throw is good. A different look for Oklahoma City. No good on the second free throw. Here's Barnes. Here's Curry. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Jones. And stolen by Barnes. Marion with the steal. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're up by 17. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Off the inbound pass. Nails it.
And the crowd here, of course, not happy about the outcome. But you know what? We saw a team tonight that came in prepared to do battle on the road, and they clearly wanted the win.
We're starting to hear reports that you have recently requested a trade to another team. Any truth to those rumors?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to slipping on a different uniform on game days. I have no reason to lie to you. Things just aren't working out for me here, man. It's nothing personal, strictly business. I'm a winner. I want to play for a winner, you know?
So, some good news. I was able to grant your request for a trade. Effective immediately, you're a member of the Sacramento Kings. I appreciate your service here with us. I think you're a tremendous talent, and I'd love to have you back here someday. Good luck out there.
Thanks, man. It means a lot for you to say that. You've always done right by me, and I won't forget that. I definitely wish you and the team the best of luck going forward, man. All right, take care.